Hello, this is Wheelie Steve, and welcome back to the second episode of the Wheelie Steve's Wheelhouse podcast. I'm super excited to film another episode with you guys today. I got video this time, so let's try that out. And I'm actually here with one of my friends, like I said. So I'm going to introduce him in just a second, but drum roll, please.
It's G Daddy.
Yeah, Gavyn Geck is in the house today, and we got a really good episode. Gavyn, how are you doing today?
Oh man, I'm doing great. I can't wait to be on this podcast and talk about something very passionate to me. So I'm excited to be here.
And Gavyn, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name's Gavyn. I am a male, also white, and I'm 17. I'm about to be 18, about to go into the real world. But right now I'm living up being a kid. So I'm talking about that this episode, and yeah.
Gavyn is a kid, and he will knock out any kid in boxing. He does box. He is the next Floyd Mayweather.
So, that is true.
That is very true. But yeah, and something I know about Gavyn, he's a big fan of the New York Football Giants. So, do you want to explain that a little bit?
Used to be a big fan.
Used to be. Okay.
I'll give you the rundown. Basically, when I was little, and I joined tackle football. Me and my brother were playing. I chose number 13. Why? Because of my brother and OBJ.
OBJ.
What team was he on?
New York Football Giants.
Exactly. So, I was rocking the Giants for a while. I liked JPP. He blew his hand off. How cool. I mean, still playing. What a guy. And so I loved the Giants for a while, especially when they drafted Saquon. Oh my gosh, was that awesome.
He's got the Saquon fat head in his room.
His thighs are the size of my head, Steven. Like bigger than my head.
I would love to have those quads. He don't skip leg day. It's leg day every day for him.
It is so beautiful. And I know it's kind of weird saying this to a man, but it is so hot. His legs are just phenomenal. But right now with the Giants, I don't know if I can call myself a fan anymore, Steven.
And why is that? You just don't like them? You just don't like what they're doing?
I mean, they're running through coaches, dog shit records. Ah, dang it. Did not mean to swear there. We beat that out. And I just want to... Saquon is rotting there, Steven. He had this amazing rookie year. And they can't give him the support he needs.
So do you think Saquon's the best running back in the league at full potential?
Steven, at full potential, that is no doubt Saquon.
No doubt Saquon.
No one could get to his level.
I like it. I could agree with that take.
Right now, he's not at full potential, and it makes me sad.
Yeah, I mean, Giants have always had a bad O-line, but they just drafted Evan Neal from Alabama. So hopefully that
was
helps.
A good pick. I'll give them that.
They drafted Kayvon Thibodeau on the defensive side, but they still got Daniel Jones there. So
they're not utilizing Saquon like he needs to, and they need to protect him and give him everything he needs, and that's just not happening.
And we'll see. The NFC East is going to be very interesting this year, but we'll go into that another time. I just wanted to introduce Gavyn, talk about him being a Giant, unfortunately. But Gavyn, what are we actually here to talk about today?
Today, we are talking about the most American sport ever. Not football, not baseball.
Hot dog eating contest?
Not hot dog eating contest. Oh my gosh. It is Monster Jam, Steven.
Monster Jam.
Yes, sir.
You know what? Clap it up. Clap it up. Oh, yeah. Now, do you love Monster Jam?
It's a very simple question. And it's yes.
Yes? Okay. I've never really seen Monster Jam.
There are a few things I love more than Monster Jam.
Really?
Yes.
And how small is that list?
It's narrowed down to one hand. So.
Is High-Lows on there?
High-Lows are definitely on there.
All right. So, what if there was like a High-Low Monster Jam? Would that be the coolest thing ever?
That would be number one on the list.
All right, we got to make it happen. We got to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Dream big. We got it.
I know they already have semi-truck monster trucks. Why not put the high-low in there?
That's what I'm saying. I think we should try it. Do it someday.
Honestly, it would be the greatest American creation ever made.
So, like, what got you into Monster Jam, and what do you love about it?
Okay, so Monster Jam for me started out with my parents taking me when I was young. For about 4 or 5 years when I was young, we went almost every year, and it was so cool. I mean, having the headphones on to block the sound, the huge monster trucks, the cotton candy, the snow cones in the Monster Jam truck. It just, I loved it. But then we stopped going. And honestly, I forgot about it. And earlier this year, I remembered. And my Lord, I'm so glad I remembered. Because it is the greatest American creation ever. The best form of entertainment, and I stand by that.
Really? You think it's the greatest thing in America?
Honestly, I think so. I think it's better than all the freedoms we got, Steven. I would gladly give up my freedom of speech for Monster Jam.
Now, is Monster Jam just an American sport, if we're calling it a sport? But is it internationally too, or they're like international guys? But
So Monster Jam is mainly American. There are a few international drivers. I know of one Canadian come down, but almost all of their operations are American,
so it's like the NBA.
basically.
All right, so yeah, and so this upcoming week, I'm going to Disney World for a band field trip, and Gavyn here will actually be there in Disney as well because he's going to Orlando for an even bigger event.
Monster Jam World Final!
So you're going. It's you, your dad, and your brother, I think, right?
Yes, sir.
And how excited are you for that on a scale of 1 to 10?
11.
11. And can you just explain like what happens at a Monster Jam World Final? How do you win? Like what is there to win?
Monster Jam World Finals is the final event of the year. So everyone wants to go there. The trucks are on full blast. It's amazing. So how Monster Jam works is they have 3 different competitions. They have racing, which is head-to-head racing, and they do a tournament bracket. They have skills, which is actually 2-wheel skills. So trucks will compete to do wheelies, stoppies, bicycles on the side, stuff like that to show their technical skills. And then you have freestyle, which is the greatest of them all. Trucks can do whatever they want. They just have to have the coolest run in 2 minutes. And fans vote, and you can be a world champion in racing, freestyle, or the skills challenge.
I dig it. So you're looking forward to that, I assume. Like you said, 11 out of 10.
More than looking forward.
So, do you have any like predictions for Monster Jam Road Finals for anyone that does, know Monster Jam or?
So, to anyone who does or doesn't know Monster Jam, Ryan Anderson is winning it all.
Can you compare Ryan Anderson to like, another sport like NFL terms or NBA terms? Like, who is the Ryan Anderson of the National Basketball Association or the National Football League?
Ryan Anderson is LeBron, Jordan, Tom Brady, Michael Phelps, Tiger Woods, all put together.
Oh my gosh. Okay. He's that good?
He is that good right now, Steven.
Has he been good for a long time, or is he newer to the sport, or?
He's relatively newer. Right now is like the peak of his career. He's getting to his prime. He's had a little bit of a slow start, but right now he's on a level that no one else is at.
So he's kind of like a Giannis Antetokounmpo or Patrick Mahomes. Kind of young.
I would compare him to Giannis.
Kind of young, but he's been good, but now he's great, and he's still young.
He's going
to be great for years. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, what do you want to do now? What do you want to discuss? I'm kind of letting you take the steering wheel on this one and driving the monster truck. So, what are we talking about on this one?
I want to talk about my love of Ryan Anderson.
Your love of Ryan Anderson.
Yeah. So, Ryan Anderson, for those of you who don't know, is the son of Dennis Anderson. Dennis Anderson more or less created Monster Jam. He started lifting his trucks up, doing mudding, going over cars, and he created Gravedigger, which I'm pretty sure everyone knows. He's the most popular monster truck, and Ryan's his son. So his truck's called Son of a Digger, because he's the son of a digger.
Yeah.
And honestly, I believe it's the coolest truck, and he drives like such like a bad butt. I would say the A word, but I can't here. He goes pedal to the metal, does tricks no one else does. He actually invented this trick where he goes on his side two wheels and hits the brakes and pops it up into a front wheelie. Created this move. He's innovating the sport, guys. He's just, he's so fantastic.
That's cool to hear about. Now, do you know what any of these Monster Jam trucks look like, and you want to show us?
Steven, I would be glad to show you. Let me share my screen here. Because, oh man, are you going to love this?
He's sharing a screen. We're getting innovative out here.
Ooh. A tier list.
All right.
Sir.
All
right, Steve, do you want to rank these monster trucks based on coolness with me?
I will.
All right, so first up, we have Bigfoot. I don't know if you can see here.
I could see pretty good. I minimized our screens and made this one bigger, so we good.
Bigfoot is one of the OG monster trucks. It's not running anymore, but this is right alongside Gravedigger when he came up.
So is it Bigfoot because of how big the wheels are?
Exactly. You don't see any other monster truck with this type of wheels. So, pretty cool. Where would you rank this, Steven?
I mean, just looking at some of the other monster trucks down the list, it doesn't really I know it has the big wheels, but nothing. Is it just a black car?
It's a truck.
Is that just it though? The wheels are cool, but I'd put it B tier. I think the wheels put it at B, but I think the design of the truck doesn't just give it really much of a boost.
I fully agree with that, Steven. All right. Next up, we have Soldier Fortune Black Ops. Kind of a military themed truck. Black and gray. Kind of cool, kind of sleek. What are we thinking here?
Ooh, you said Soldier Fortune?
Black Ops.
All right, I'm kind of looking them up on my phone too.
Great.
This one looks pretty cool. I like the camo. It's a nice, pay respect to our military. So I'm going to put it at A. I think it's an A.
I would agree. Very cool, very sleek, kind of a new modern design. I like it.
All right, what's this next one called?
So next one is actually basically an advertisement. It's called Lucas Oil Stabilizer. That right there kind of, pushes me off. But it is a semi-truck, and it's pretty darn cool if I do say so myself.
It's a semi-truck, also known as a monster truck. So, ooh, I just looked it up on my phone. That's pretty cool. I do kind of like the ads a little bit. It kind of gives off Cars vibes with Lightning McQueen, right? With the Rusties.
Almost like the NASCAR ads.
Yeah, almost like the NASCAR ads. I like it. I'd put it at an A. I like it. I don't know if you agree, but I kind of dig this one.
I don't give it F, but it's a very good truck. I'm gonna put it up there.
Facts. I like it.
All right, so next we have Wild Thing.
Wow.
This is a very old truck, not in commission anymore, and it's pretty wild, as you can see.
Now, that's an intimidating truck. You do not want to go up against that thing. It looks scary, but I feel like there's too much going on.
It does feel a little convoluted and a little bit like a child drew it almost.
So I think I'm going to put it as C.
I would too.
Because I think it does look intimidating, but I feel like it doesn't look like a monster truck. They're trying too hard
to do something else.
But it didn't work. That's what I think.
All right. So now we got another ad truck. It's called Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Now this has been around since I've been a kid. And as a kid, I thought this was pretty cool. But what are we thinking now, Steve?
Ooh. I kind of like the Mohawk in there.
Mohawk's cool, right?
It is really cool. I don't know. I'm kind of looking at it right now. I would put it at a B. I think it's a
I
little
agree.
too boring, but it has enough to be at a B.
It's got the mohawk, the face on the side. I think that brings it up to a B, even though it is just a normal truck.
Yeah.
Now, this right here is Blue Thunder. It's a Ford F-150 with lightning on it, which kind of weird that they call it Thunder because thunder's the sound. But let me tell you this, Steve. When I was a kid, this was my truck, dude. I was rooting for Blue Thunder every day. But let's just base it off the coolness here, all right?
I kind of like the Thunder. I think it's cool. I like the lightning incorporated. I like the blue. It's a good looking truck. You know,
Mm-hmm.
as we saw in the movie Cars, what comes after what comes, before Thunder?
Lightning, baby.
Lightning. So I'm gonna put it. Part of me wants. I could argue for any of the tiers on here. So I'm gonna let you rank this one because I really don't know.
Okay. I think it's a great design, right? It's cool, it's flashy, but I just feel like it's plain. It's just a truck. Got some lightning, like, could be cool, but honestly, I want to put it at C. That's just how I feel about this truck. Although I love it deep down in my heart, the coolness factor, I would not rank it above any of these other trucks.
So you're putting it at C. I agree. I think it's a good basic truck,
Mm-hmm.
but there's not enough extra, gimmicks to put it up higher.
To put it up on that level. All right, now, Steve, we got the creme de la crop, Gravedigger. This is a classic. Everyone knows this truck, even you, I assume. What are we thinking?
Well, if everyone knows this truck, if this is like the staple of Monster Jam, is it an S?
Let me talk a little. So this is a 1950s panel van, right, that they kind of outfitted for the monster truck. It's been through some renditions. I love the flames, the green flames. The purple really adds a good aspect to it. And what I like a lot is this moon in the middle. The kind of white shadow with the kind of castle and tree in the front. I think it adds a lot of depth. And honestly, even though it is kind of overused, it's got to be an S.
It's gotta be. It's the face of it.
It's the face of Monster Jam. All right, next up, we got Gravedigger's son. Son of a digger. You already know where I'm putting it. I want to hear your thoughts, Steve.
You're probably putting it S, right?
Of course.
And we're not even going to debate because it's S tier.
It's got a purple and blue color scheme. All right, it's an old Jeep truck. The front is awesome, blue lights, and I don't know if you can really see from here, but the truck is a graveyard for other monster trucks. So this has all other staple monster trucks broken and destroyed in their graves. This is what I love about this truck. And so it's an easy S.
Let's go. I like it.
All right. Now, right here we have Maximum Destruction. This is Gravedigger's mortal enemy, and they're honestly the biggest rivalry in this sport. What are we giving it, Steve?
Ooh, that's a nice looking truck. I like the spikes.
Mm-hmm.
I could see why it's the biggest rivalry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put an A. I think, I don't want to put an S on the same level as Gravedigger and but
Son of a digger.
I'm gonna put an A.
I feel that. The tiki guy poking on is nice. It's a good A, but I'd say it's like first of the A's.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right. Now we have to what George Arnold refers to as the mug truck. This is called Monster Mutt. It's basically just a dog as a truck. And what are we thinking, Steve?
Monster Mutt, the dog truck. See, I don't really like it. It kind of gives me like a Hot Wheels like weird phase they went through vibe. So I'm gonna be real with you. I think I'm gonna put it at D.
Steven, I was gonna say the same thing.
I don't know.
I mean I get that it's a cool like dog, but like It's just not for me.
I think the kids would dig it. I think if you're a 6-year-old kid, this is your truck.
But right now,
But we're men. We're men.
It's
This
not
is
it.
Monster Jam World Finals week. We can't, come on.
yes, sir. All right, Steve. I'm not going to tell you the name of this next truck. I just want to hear your thoughts.
I mean, it looks very old.
Got the blue and the silver.
I would say it's C. I can't really tell what's going on, but I think it's a C.
So, I don't know if this is a bias of mine, but I would put this at A. It's an old Chevy's panel van, just like Gravedigger. You want to know why?
Why?
Because this is an OG Gravedigger truck, Steve. This is called Gravedigger the Legend.
Ooh.
This was an old truck before I think Monster Jam was even a thing. This is what Dennis Anderson was running. And I just think it's a clean blue and silver color scheme, you know?
You know what? Now
I love old truck.
I got a closer look of it, and I'm kind of digging it. It's giving me the old school throwback vibes. I like it. I'd put it at A too.
Okay, bringing it up to A. I like it, Steve. All right. Next up, we have El Toro Loco, which I forgot what it means, but it's probably something like Crazy Bull.
Probably
Not too sure.
like that.
But this truck is a bull, red and orange with flames. And just so you know, it actually shoots steam out of its nostrils.
Ooh.
So factor that into your coolness scale.
I'm going to go B. My gut's telling me B. I don't like the way it looks, but the way the steam comes out.
The steam helps.
And I do like the horns at the top.
Mm-hmm. Horns are really cool.
B.
All right. Now we got Megalodon. There's really not much to say. It's a shark. What are we thinking?
It's kind of the same as the dog one, but I think the shark looks cooler.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to put it at a C.
I agree. I think it's like top of C.
Yeah, it's like a B minus.
Mm-hmm.
But like a C plus. You know what I mean?
Almost there. But yeah. All right, and finally, we have the Scooby-Doo truck.
The Scooby-Doo truck. I kind of dig it. I like it better than the normal dog one.
Yep.
So, and I love Scooby-Doo, so I'm going to put it at B.
Oh, a B from Steven.
Do they got a mystery van truck?
They do not.
They don't. That'd be so cool.
That would be very cool.
That'd be maybe an S tier truck.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our list.
I'm liking the list.
That's a solid list. I think that's the first looks I've ever seen of these trucks. I like it.
I just want to say, this D down here, one of our viewers is not going to be happy with this.
One of our viewers. And do you want to say who that viewer is or no?
That would be George Daddy Arnold.
George Arnold. He's calling you out. George, we're going to have to get you on a podcast at some point. And
we got some beef going, and he's not going to like that pick.
Really?
But it is what it is.
Would you say you're part of the GAHC?
Previously I was.
Right
now, I don't know if I would put myself in that category.
Got it.
But I was at one point a part of that group.
Got it. Sounds good. Now, is there anything else you want to discuss?
Steve, you want to see some clips?
If it's possible, show us. I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if you have any ready, but let's do it.
Let's try it, all right? So right here is one of the largest jumps in Monster Jam history. Let me know if you can see this.
Let's see. I can see it.
You can see it?
Yep. Ooh, that looks good.
All right, perfect. You ready to play the clip?
Yep.
Are you screaming as loud as those people, Steve?
Is that
because that was pretty cool?
Is that what you're gonna be like this weekend?
Oh my gosh, Steve! My vocal cords are gonna be done after this weekend.
The video is a little choppy, but I think that's just because of the the situation of the website and all that. But
yep,
we got the effect. I didn't know something that big could go flying like that.
It's insane the power these monster trucks have, Steven.
Yeah, that was a cool clip. That was a cool clip.
All right. I've got some longer videos that are more compilations. I don't think I'm going to play them due to the choppiness, but that's all I got to show right now.
We got the idea. I liked it. So,
all right.
Is there anything else you want to discuss with Monster Jam? Any last takes? Any last, advice for anyone that wants to get into Monster Jam?
Guys, I just want to say there's a career path in Monster Jam. Okay, it's not just something you have to watch. There's people that do it. There's people behind the scenes, people, in front of the scenes. And your path to get there is University of Northwestern Ohio. UNOH is the Monster Jam University. That's its nickname. You go there, you're on a fast track start to get into Monster Jam. And that's my advice for people wanting to join that career.
I respect it. So, anything else you want to add before we end this episode of the podcast?
Honestly, Steve, I think I'm going to leave it at that. Monster Jam's Monster Jam, and it's so cool. I don't need to say anything else.
All right, well, thank you, Gavyn, for joining us today. We look forward to having you on again soon, whether we're talking about Monster Jam or talking about the NFL, whatever.
Yes, sir.
Or just telling stories with some of the boys at some point, because I would love to do that.
All right. Thank you, Steve. It's been a great episode, man.
Yep. Hey, well, this was episode 2 of the Wheelie Steve's Wheelhouse podcast. We hope to see you guys again soon, and hopefully you all enjoy Monster Jam World Finals, because I won't.